Let's start with a simple question. One most people never ask themselves. What do you owe the future? Not in some abstract moralistic sense, not in a way that turns into guilt or self-flagellation. I mean factually. If you are alive, conscious, and aware of the state of the world, what is your role? Because here's the thing. The world is not what it could be. You know that. You feel it, whether you're drowning in bills or watching forests die or just trying to find a reason to keep going. You know something is deeply wrong. That awareness, that's not a curse. That's the activation point. And once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Once you know what systems are doing, how they exploit, extract, and entrench suffering, you don't get to go back to pretending. That's the threshold. That's where the mantle begins. And the Promethean Creed, that's the answer to that threshold. It's not a religion. It's not dogma. It's not a code of behavior enforced by punishment or fear. It is a conscious decision to live in alignment with three truths: that life is sacred, that systems can be designed, and that the future is unwritten. What makes it Promethean is simple. We don't wait for saviors. We don't beg gods. We steal fire from the heavens, then build with it. Prometheus gave humanity the power to shape its own destiny. The mantle of responsibility says, now that we have it, we must use it wisely, deliberately, and with full accountability. The creed begins with this foundational fact. Life is not inevitable. It's not guaranteed. There is no cosmic safety net. We exist because countless systems, biological, atmospheric, ecological, remain within an extremely narrow band of balance. Disrupt that balance and life becomes unstable. Right now, we are disrupting that balance at every level. Climate collapse, biospheric degradation, oceanic acidification, energy imbalance. None of this is mystical. It is measurable. It is happening, and it is driven by the systems we've allowed to dominate us. The economy isn't broken. It is working exactly as designed, to extract maximum short-term profit regardless of ecological cost. Governance isn't failing. It's succeeding in consolidating power in the hands of the few. Every metric we use to measure success in modern society is predicated on growth at the expense of stability, efficiency at the expense of life, extraction at the expense of regeneration. So when we speak of the Promethean Creed, we are not offering a belief. We are making a commitment to acknowledge reality, not just the symptoms, but the root structures, and to act. The first vow is recognition. You do not get to change the world unless you first understand it. That means learning systems, ecology, infrastructure, economics, not in the abstract, but in terms of what they do, not what they promise, not what they brand, what they produce. If a system produces inequality, suffering, and collapse, then those are not its flaws. They are its outputs. Possewood. The purpose of a system is what it does. And if you want to change the outcome, you change the system. The second vow is alignment. This is where the path becomes a lifestyle. The mantle demands consistency. If you understand that fossil fuel economies are killing the planet, you don't get to treat that knowledge as optional. You align. Not perfectly, not all at once, but with intention. This isn't about purity. It's about direction. Every choice you make either reinforces the old system or helps build the new one. The third vow is construction. The future won't build itself. Collapse will. Tyranny will. Empire always rebuilds itself unless something else is built in its place. The mantle of responsibility means we do not stop at critique. We design alternatives. We build civilizational architecture rooted in the primacy of life, the sovereignty of the self, and the end of coercion as a governing force. This is the engineering of freedom, post-scarcity logistics, closed-loop resource systems, enlightenment-based civic protocols that make power non-hoardable, education systems that teach curiosity, not obedience, cities that run on abundance, not debt. That's the real rebellion, not tearing down the old world, but building something it can't compete with. And this is why it must be a creed. Not just a movement, not just a cause, because movements can be co-opted. Causes can fade. But a creed, that lives in you. It isn't something you vote for. It's something you live. We call it Promethean because we don't wait for permission. We don't ask oligarchs to share. We design the alternative, then build it with whoever will stand beside us. We recognize the full gravity of our tools, biotech, automation, energy systems, and we treat them with reverence, not as toys, not as weapons, but as sacred levers of becoming, because what we're building isn't just a better society. It's a civilization that earns the right to continue, one that stabilizes the biosphere, one that honors consciousness in all its forms, one that removes coercion from every layer of human life, economic, medical, political, and cultural. The creed ends with a final truth. You do not carry the mantle alone, but no one can carry it for you. This is not a path of followers. It is a path of sovereigns, self-authored, self-accountable, interdependent, not subordinate. So ask yourself, not just what you believe, ask what you build, ask what you align with, ask what your choices reinforce, because this world doesn't need more critics. It needs engineers of liberation. The creed of the Promethean obligation is not a theory. It is a vow. Live accordingly.